Hello, welcome back. And joining us now from Canberra is Lyle Shelton from the Australian Christian Lobby. You've been busy, Lyle.
Yeah, just a little bit, Kent, but we've had a great weekend.
Okay, now Lyle, we heard in our news bulletin about Bill Shorten's shot across the bow on same-sex marriage at your national conference. The mainstream news media was certainly all over that, but surely there were other worthwhile issues raised at your conference as well.
Yeah, that's right, Kent. I mean, the opposition leader took the opportunity to make known his views on marriage, which obviously is a view that we don't share. Unfortunately, he said a few things, though, that weren't really representative of the way Christians have conducted themselves during the debate. And I was able to say to him that I'd never heard anyone use or invoke the Bible or God in the way that he described. And he seemed to accept that. He certainly didn't argue with that when I put that to him during the Q&A session afterwards. So that was a little bit disappointing that he said those things. But nonetheless, we're very thankful that he took the time to come and to engage with what we think is an important constituency.
Okay, and other important issues?
Look, the other issues that we talked about were Indigenous recognition. We had the Shadow Indigenous Affairs Minister, Shane Newman, and I agree with Shane in that there is unfinished business in the Constitution, and he spoke very passionately about that and urged us all to get behind the campaign to have a referendum sometime in the future where we can set this right in our Constitution. We talked about religious freedom, we talked about refugees. I was able to ask Mr Shorten about the need to double the refugee intake. He was non-committal, but I get the sense that he's sympathetic to that cause.
Okay. Now, Lyle, for a little while there, it looked like the viability of your conference was threatened when activists started targeting your venue, the Hyatt Hotel there in Canberra, on social media. But I've got a tough question of principle for you about that. Had the Hyatt decided not to take your booking, would you have defended their right to do business according to their values, which you've admitted are different from your organisation's?
Look, it's a free country, and if they had decided to do that, we would have had to respect that choice. But really what that would have amounted to is a shutting down of free speech. Now, that's something we would never agree to as an organisation. We would never want to shut down freedom of speech. That is a basic human right. And Christians would never do that, and we would never advocate for that in any way, shape or form. Had the Hyatt acceded to the vitriolic campaign of hate against us, they would have been essentially shutting down free speech.
Food for thought. Okay, thanks for your time this week, Lyle.
Thanks a lot, Kent. Thanks for having us.
And now it's over to Danielle Sinnott with Family in Focus.